A gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
I love that song.
And
I love it.
And it's unfortunate that it has been relegated to Halloween.
Sure.
You
because
purposely didn't play it yesterday.
yeah, we play it for All Saints Day, for Dia de los Muertos, whatever it is you're celebrating. But I listened to that album throughout the year.
Sure, of course.
You know,
Great. Halloween, last night, and I actually had a costume.
you did.
I did.
You dressed up?
Well, I had a costume. I just sent it to Dylan. I don't know. I don't know how to. So my wife took a picture of it and tagged me in an Instagram post.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
Describe it.
share it, like to my Instagram and to Twitter and all of that kind of stuff. I don't know how to do that.
Well, we could go into it here, but
It should. I mean, it's pretty easy, I'm sure. I just don't know how to do it.
It's
so
easy.
while it may be Dylan, I don't know. Did Dylan get it? He got it. Maybe he'll put it up at x96.com/live right now, or in a couple of minutes here, and then you can all see my wonderful, wonderful Halloween costume that I did. I hate Halloween. I just
there you are.
There's my costume.
Okay, so you're just dressed in your blue shirt.
Well, yeah, this is a shirt I wore to work yesterday.
Yeah.
You've got glasses on that are round and orange.
Yeah, well, I'm a
And then you're holding an axe.
Yeah, I'm a nearsighted axe murderer with a bowl of
Well,
candy.
that's dangerous.
With a bowl of candy. So I'm just waiting for the kids to come, and then I'm going to murder them with my axe if I can see them well enough.
So if
That's a costume.
if they were to, somehow abscond with your glasses, then you would be at a disadvantage.
Yes, I would.
And thus the heightened, fear,
tension
in this.
Yeah.
In this
And
story.
you notice that the glasses are color coordinated.
They are.
Yeah,
to
well,
the
I was
axe.
going to mention
Match the
you're all
Isn't that nice?
matchy serial
Both,
killer.
orange and
Yeah, this costume came about because the bowl of candy was sitting there, and then I saw the glasses sitting on a shelf about 5 feet away, and my son had left the axe home. So that was my so I had a costume.
You were inspired.
So I had a costume.
Well, we'll talk more about Halloween later.
I was thinking of wearing those glasses all the time. I like the way I look in
You
them.
had the LASIK, though. You don't need the...
Well, there's no lenses in them. I just like the way they look.
people are doing that these days. Yeah. They get the LASIK and then they get frames with just clear glass in them because it's a fashion.
It's a fashion statement. It's an accessory.
Yeah.
Like braces. Braces
aren't an accessory.
Oh, they are. When I was a kid, what do they call iron mouth or steel mouth or whatever, braces.
Tin grin.
Tin grin. And nobody. And
Iron mouth?
I've never heard iron mouth.
I don't know. I knew it was something.
Iron mouth sounds kind of badass, actually.
But, braces were horrible. Nobody wanted braces and nobody wanted glasses. Guys never make passes at girls who wear glasses or braces. But now braces, you can get them all colorful and they're
People
kind of
aren't getting them just for an accessory. They're not.
Talk to your rappers, Gina. That's all grills are an extension. They're just an extension of braces.
Richie, could you get a rapper on the phone?
Get a rapper who has one of them grills.
Do we know a rappist? Do we?
Do we know any
DJ
rapists?
Metal Mouth?
Get to Iron Mouth. All right.
DJ Iron Mouth.
DJ Iron Mouth. All right, it's time for your check-ins. 877-602-9696. Please call us on the phone. We'll answer. Tell us what you're doing today, how you're going to acquit yourself today, and we'll talk to you and then see how hard we should try on the show. So it's 877-602-9696. That's what you do.
Yes.
And then
so this is 2 nights in a row I've been up late.
Yeah, I was up too late last night
Bowling,
as
and then
well.
with Halloween, I'm going to go home. I'm going to go to bed.
Right to the Mattress Firm mattress.
Yep.
Listen, their fall asleep sale, I believe, is kind of winding down here. Now, you gift yourself with a new I-Series mattress during this sale. The I-Series mattresses are these smart mattresses.
Yeah, they're
You'll get another one for 50% off, another mattress for 50% off.
They're smart in that they have this cooling technology. Sometimes memory foam, at least in the past, you could sleep hot on it. Not with this stuff.
Now I think you can put these I-Series mattresses on the adjustable frames too.
Sure.
So you can.
Yeah. And I love my adjustable base bed that I got at Mattress Firm. Get a Beauty Rest Firm Queen mattress for just $399.99. perfect Serta memory foam queen mattress for $474.99. Now you're asking yourself, Mattress Firm stores. It seems to me I've seen one somewhere,
There's
but I'm
one
not
right next to you right now.
I'll bet there is. All you have to do is go to mattressfirm.com and you'll find a store very near you.
Dashboard Confessional, December 4th at the Complex. Doors open at 7.
My little daughter, who is 4, she takes amusement in her father's flatulence. You know,
Is this a daily occurrence?
oh God, yes. You know, and I use the dumb old dad jokes of, you know, it's a farting or it's a barking spider.
Barking spider.
And she'll always go, "It's not a barking spider, Dad. That's a fawting spider."
My dad
Spotting
always
spider.
my dad always said it was a buck snort.
Bucks. Oh, we'll have to try that. Or, you know, or sometimes I'll say, "That bear's been following us around," or "Did somebody step on a duck?"
Yeah.
Is the other
That's
one.
a good
Yeah.
Hear that? Buck snort.
Yeah. So she likes the duck one too. But she also is occasionally flatulent. And I was lying on her bed with her, reading her a story, as I do fairly often, before she went to bed, and she just ripped.
She ripped a good one, huh?
Just ripped one. And
Daddy's little girl.
Yeah. And I
So
said,
like us.
I
learned
said-
it from watching you.
I said, "Honey, that was
Did you high five her?
High five.
that was a loud one." And she said, "It sounded like a door closing."
She
And I
means
said-
she means like the creak of the door.
And I said, "It did kind of." And she said, "A door with rusty hinges." Ouch. I just thought that was,
She's creative.
I thought that was the best.
You know, our children are learning from you.
So now it's just, you know, "Hey, did somebody close a door with rusty hinges?"
Somebody oil those hinges.
I know. I just thought that was the best. A door.
Get
with
some
a
3-in-1
rusty
oil on those hinges.
So that was it. That it's just one of those kids say the darndest
They sure
things.
do.
Or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right. I guess we can officially begin this thing.
Is it time?
We can. It's
All
brought
right.
to you by Hoops Vision. See, Bill doesn't need the glasses. He went to Hoops Vision. Call today for your free LASIK consultation. It's your life. See it better. Take control. Make the call 877-30-LASIK or go to hoopsvision.com.
Now, see, this is where the nearsighted axe murderer tricks his victims. They think he's nearsighted.
I see.
So they go, all we've got to do is get his glasses. They get his glasses. And then
Then he
it's
murders
like,
them.
I've got news for you.
Joke's on
I've
you.
had LASIK.
I've had LASIK.
Yeah.
Joke's on you.
All right.
You're not going to have many sequels, but, you know,
Exactly.
it's going to be that
listen.
one tight plot.
That's what they said about Nightmare on Elm Street, and there they went. All right, the moon, and we'll take your check-ins right after this at 877-602-9696. The moon is a waxing gibbous moon. It'll be full Friday. It's 90.4% of full right now. The moon will rise today at 5:22 p.m., today being Wednesday. It's the first day of November in the year of our Lord 2017. And this is North America's most aggrieved radio broadcast, coming to you from high atop the second story of the 12-story Broadway Media Tower. It's Radio from Hell, the Lords of Morning Radio, starring in it with Kerry Jackson over there. Hi there, I'm Bill Allred. Right over there is Miss America, Gina Marie Barberi, and the senior executive producer and lady-in-waiting to the Radio from Hell show is Richard Thomas Stedman. Dylan Allred is producing video for the show today. You can see it at x96.com/live, where you'll see pictures to accompany the news and other witty little visual jokes. And Katie, for short, is here helping out with the show. And it's a momentous day as well because apparently Richie has cut his hair.
Under duress.
The man bun
That's
is
how much
gone.
he loves the theater.
Yes.
The theater made him cut his hair.
It is not by choice.
I told him they don't pay him enough to make him cut his hair.
No, it wasn't for the role. I'm suspecting it's just we don't want anyone looking like that around here.
Well, you have to be careful. It is on State Street in
You
that
look a lot better,
neighborhood.
by the way, even with your hair messy.
Oh my gosh,
I don't
hate
think
it.
so.
I hate it.
You look a lot better.
I think he looks
and
10
that's-
years younger.
And yeah,
No, that's not good when you're his age.
Yeah. No, you need
Yes,
to be
it
older
is.
until you want to be younger. Yeah. Gina's right.
all right.
Gina team, point one.
But it was for the role, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
What-
now you have
what-
to go
what is
see
the role
Richie
you're-
in a play so you can see his hair.
I'm playing, wait for it, Ronald Trump
Okay.
in the Desert Star Christmas Vacation, the Bipolar Express.
Yeah. So there are a lot of inappropriate Trump jokes and jokes at the expense of people who are bipolar.
No, see, and I knew you would leap to that.
Yeah. Well, what
Nope.
would you expect? It's what it says in the title.
He's a bear from the North Pole and also the South Pole.
And is he bi?
No, it's
So-
just the two
so-
poles, bipolar.
We have check-ins brought
Yes.
to you by White Rabbit, Red Rabbit, running November 4th through December 2nd with different readers for each performance. I don't know if there's any tickets left for the Bill Allred performance or not.
I don't know.
You can call and see, but there are other performers doing it on different nights. $20 for the general public, $5 for you students, $10 for all other students. You can purchase tickets at the Kingsbury Hall box office. Show contains mature content.
And, you know,
Discretion is advised.
Why you would want to see this maybe is not just because I'm doing a night of it, but it's just totally off the wall. The readers, like I'll do the first one on Saturday night. We have no idea what it is. They're going to hand me the script and push me on stage in front of 200 people, and I'm going to perform.
And go.
Yeah. So come and watch the fire. Come and watch me crash and burn. All right.
All right. Let's get underway. 877-602-9696 to check in by telephone, as Juggling John has done.
Oh, juggling.
Oh, good morning, guys.
Hi,
Good morning.
juggling. John, I assume you are, in fact, is a juggler, or did they misprint that as a jugular? John?
No, I am a juggler.
Okay.
However, I'm not very good at all, and so I really should change my name because I'm not a good juggler
What
by any means.
What are you good at?
I'm a software engineer by day.
Yeah, that's just not as good of a
That's boring.
nickname.
Let's go with amateur juggler.
I like that.
There you go.
In-
I'll take that.
Inept juggler? No, just
Yeah.
are you trying to perfect the craft of juggling?
No.
I'm as good as I ever want to get.
Then
with
I'm
juggling.
doing 20% today.
Yep,
right.
exactly.
All right, thanks, John.
All right.
Yep.
So 877-602-9696 is the phone number. Let's see what we got here. Evil Green checking in. I'm wondering how upset my daughter will be when she finds out I ate all of her candy. This may be my last day on Earth. You better give 90% today. Tim the Tree Guy checking in. Let's see, that's rival morning show. Vicky and the Angel. Good morning, lords and lady. Vicky and the Angel check again. Hollow Scrooge is here. And things that must go.
Oh, yeah.
Parents that don't know what a shut-off porch light means.
Right.
We need about 75% today.
Is that part of your story, Bill?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. 877-602-9696. Juggling John is the only one who has had the courage to call.
Can I take a moment and address someone who has checked in with us before?
No.
And she might be listening.
Yeah, who?
Angie, our NASA friend of the program.
Ooh.
She sent my daughter, Jonesy, a care package.
Really?
With a book about, she works on some wind tunnel technology for NASA, and a NASA t-shirt and a bumper sticker and a really nice letter saying we need more fierce young girls like you. And
Be a scientist.
just so very, very sweet. And my daughter was over the moon with the NASA stuff.
Over the moon, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
So Angie, if you're
That's very cool.
listening, thank you so much.
Does Jonesy lean that direction, do you think?
Yeah,
yeah,
she,
sure.
Cool.
Yeah,
Because I know she wants to be Surgeon General.
Well, there's that, and she changes her mind between NASA scientist, surgeon,
and princess.
No, and do you know what the other thing is?
What?
Seriously, defense attorney.
Let her hang out
Have
with
her-
Ed for a while.
No, just have her talk to him. He'll advise her no.
No, because she wants the downtrodden. She wants to argue for the.
Yeah, let her hang out with Ed for a while.
No.
Let's see. London friend of the program, finally free
from the mother-in-law.
The mother-in-law.
So is the mother-in-law? I wonder if the mother-in-law, because the London friend of the program is American.
I'm sure mother-in-law is American.
Why? Could be British, but if it's American, she's gone back to the
you
American.
won't see her for a long time.
He says, so give it what you want. Today at last I can relax. Not with a newborn.
No.
Nope. HVAC Shin checking in. Sickness must go. Bah. The mother-in-law is from America.
Oh, it'll be a while before you see her again.
So there you go. Physician assistant student checking in. I just need 70% today. Let's go to morning bartender Adam.
Out of the airport.
The most important bartender.
That's correct. Thank you, sir and ma'am.
Adam, what time do you start slinging drinks?
8 a.m. out there.
8 a.m.
Wow.
Is it now? What's the legal bar opening time?
We ask him
in
this
Salt
every
Lake?
time
No,
he calls.
no, I don't recall him telling us. Do you know the legal opening time just in the city?
It's 11. We get a couple extra
11.
hours out there.
Okay.
Okay.
11. Thank you. I wish it were. In New York City, when I lived there, and I don't know if it's changed, the bars were open until I think it was 4 a.m. and then they closed, and then they could open again at 6 a.m. And I said, why weren't they open 24 hours? And the law mandated that they close down at least 2 hours for cleaning.
Right, they have to close to cut the eye or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. Jason from Cincinnati checking in. Halfway through my prednisones and antibiotics. Feeling meh. Only need 52%. That's all I've got today.
I'm there.
New York City bars may start serving alcohol at 7 a.m., but must stop serving at 4 a.m.
So
There you go.
that's
7 a.m.
Yeah, 7 a.m. They got to close for cleaning.
Could you really have a drink at 7 a.m.?
Oh, yeah.
I have. What do you mean, could I? I have.
Jeremy from Pennsylvania checking in. Teacher Emily checking in. Crazy ST1. Going to a funeral today. Give 100% for Phil.
This is for Phil.
Okay. This one's for you, Phil.
Okay, well, let's get this over with. Things that must go coming up. Big boy news before that.
We've got news with Boners Round 1 coming up as well.
Mm-hmm.
In the news, of course, there was a terrorist attack in New York City overnight, and our friend Paulette was very close to that, and so we'll talk to her, I think, during the news. And all that and more coming up.
All right. Yes, traffic, please.
Let's see if we've got anything first thing this morning. Crash southbound I-15 at Main Street. This is in North Salt Lake, Davis County. HOV lane is closed there. And crash westbound 39 South State Street in Salt Lake. And looks like that's about it. Traffic brought to you by a crash occurring every 8 minutes. Help save lives. Law enforcement will be writing tickets to those who aren't buckled up. Support zero fatalities. Click it or ticket.
Also coming up in the news, I should point out, they caught that guy who did the shooting up by the U. We'll
They did?
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
tell you about that. And there was a shooting there. They believe a murder in West Jordan last night. We'll tell you about that.
Well, the important plot to the Nearsighted Axe Killer movie that Bill is making is there's a plot twist toward the end where we learn that the killer had LASIK and does not need his glasses.
I couldn't have done it without Dr. Hoops. So I'm sure he's thrilled to know that.
He's sort of an assistant producer.
So Hoops Vision, right now they have, I've had the LASIK eye surgery, as has Kerry and his wife. And, maybe one of or two of his dogs. I don't know. I don't think they do LASIK for animals. And Dylan's had it. It's really a simple and safe procedure, and it can improve your vision dramatically. Get rid of your glasses, your contact lenses, and right now at Hoops Vision they have a plan where you can save a lot of money here this fall. Also, remember your cafeteria money, your flex spending, and your health savings plans. You've got to use that up by the end of the calendar year, and you can use that for laser eye surgery at Hoops Vision. So give them a call for a free consultation. It's 877-30-LASIK. That's 877-305-2745. Or go to Hoops Vision, Hoopes. That's hoopsvision.com.
X96 is Utah's original alternative. Bill Allred and Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, 6:34. Things that must go coming up in about 10 minutes. But first, big boy news and opiniondo brought to you by
Shredfest ski and snowboard event this Saturday at Liberty Park. 30 tons of snow is hauled in to host a ski and boarding rail session, lumberjack competition, live concerts, beer, food trucks, and sponsor retail area. This Saturday, tickets and information at shredfestival.com.
You know, I don't know if you know this, Gina, but a shred festival is not a shred festival without a sponsor retail area.
I'm excited about the
Somebody's
sponsor
gotta-
retail area.
Somebody's got to pay for the whole thing.
Yeah. Now is Paulette?
She will be calling.
All right. I'll start with a. I guess we should just start with the Manhattan terror attack last night. Now I heard about it last night while I was waiting trick or treaters, and I just popped up on Twitter, and then my wife had been out. She came in and said, "Did you hear about what happened in New York?" And I said, "I did hear about it, but I haven't. I'm not going to look at it. Not until in the morning."
You couldn't deal with any more?
Yeah, I said I know that there was an incident, but I'm just going to wait till in the morning when I'll have to dive into it.
There was a CBS News reporter I follow on Twitter, and he just did a 2-minute on his phone in his car video that explained it all, and I went, okay, there we go.
So a driver of a rented Home Depot truck plowed down a crowded bike path along the Hudson River in Manhattan last night, killing 8 people, injuring 11, before being shot by a police officer in what officials are calling the deadliest terrorist attack on New York City since 9/11.
Now, he's still alive and talking.
The rampage ended when the motorist, whom the police identified as Seyfulo Saipov, crashed into a school bus. And apparently there were some injuries on the bus, no deaths, but one of the children on the school bus is critically injured. He jumped out of his truck, ran down the highway, waving a pellet gun and a paintball gun, shouting Allah Akbar, before he was shot in the stomach by a cop. He is in critical condition as of this morning. Mayor Bill de Blasio declared the rampage a terrorist attack, and federal law enforcement authorities are leading the investigation. Investigators discovered handwritten notes in Arabic near the truck that indicated allegiance to the Islamic State. 2 law enforcement officials said that investigators had not uncovered any evidence of any direct or enabling ties between Saipov and ISIS, and they were treating the episode as a case of an inspired attacker. So he wasn't sent here. He wasn't a sleeper cell. He just self-radicalized. He's from Uzbekistan originally. He's been living in the United States for some time. I think he had a permanent address listed in, was it Florida?
Florida.
And then he'd been living in
New Jersey,
Patterson, New Jersey, where some of the 9/11 attackers were, you know. The Saudi attackers lived in Patterson. It's just a coincidence, I think. Yeah. So, and now Donald Trump. Well, I'll get into that in a minute. Is Paulette there?
Paulette is here, yes.
Hi, Paulette.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, you live just half a block from there, you say?
Literally half a block. I had gotten home and I was walking my dog, and where it all happened, I was headed to, because that's where I walk my dog. And I was walking through the beginnings of the Halloween Greenwich Village parade. The city is just always super crowded on Halloween. And where it happened, there are 3 schools. There's Stuyvesant High School, the grade school my daughter went to, and 2 other schools, all within 1 block. And the time that it happened, that area is congested with so many people, kids leaving Stuyvesant High School, parents picking kids up.
What time of the day was it, Paulette?
It was just around 3 o'clock.
3 in the afternoon, okay.
Yeah, it just a little after 3. It's one of the most crowded areas. But I specifically walk over to that area because I like to walk my dog along the Hudson River Parkway. So I was literally walking into it. So I heard really weird screams, but I really thought it's just Halloween stuff because the city is just, everything was so crowded. And I kept walking, but then there was a really weird thing in the air. Like, it was a really weird moment, and then I heard the gunshot. So I wasn't sure. So I said, I can't tell you. I don't know that I've heard that many gunshots in my life, but it was a really scary sound. So I just turned around and went home. And then what was amazing was the police presence was in seconds, was just everywhere. I'd never seen it happen that quickly before. And I live within the shadows of where World Trade used to stand. so I think it was amazing to see how much police presence and paramedics was here within seconds, and the whole street still has been lined with cars since it happened.
So this guy apparently picked that area not necessarily because it's where the World Trade Center was and where the what do they call it now?
They were calling it the Freedom Tower, but I just heard officially they're calling it World Trade again.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he
picked it because it's a busy bike path.
Yeah, the busy bike path, and I guess he hit a bus. That's how his car stopped.
He hit a school, because he actually plowed down people on their bikes. He hit a group of 5 people that were visiting from, I think, Argentina. They were on rental bikes because it's a really popular path for people to rent bikes and ride their bikes there.
There were Belgians, several people from Belgium and Argentina, and several, like 4 friends from Belgium who were on holiday were killed.
Exactly, and I ran into one of my friends, because this neighborhood that I live in is one of the most popular neighborhoods for trick-or-treating. People come from the outer boroughs just to trick-or-treat in this neighborhood. And people were already starting trick-or-treating, and I ran into one of my friends, and she said that her husband went inside their building and went back out to pick up their daughter, and he saw some of the bodies. Like he was literally seconds away from being involved in getting hit by that truck into the bus.
And yet, now I know that somebody else who lives in that area, a friend of the program, said that they were texted us, or maybe I don't think it was you in the chat room.
No,
Paulette.
somebody else.
It was somebody else who said they live in that neighborhood as well, and they suspended all the trick or treating in the neighborhood, obviously. But I heard that
they said they were still trick or treating.
Really? Well,
I don't know where that person was.
I know the Halloween parade in Greenwich Village still went on.
It went on.
Yeah.
It's still two floats pulled out, but trick or treating very much happened because my daughter actually had a friend over from school, and at first they didn't want to leave the building, but then as we looked out, because we live on the top floor, just the 11th story, and you can look down on the sidewalks. There were tons of trick or treaters.
Oh, really?
There was absolutely because I saw one of my favorite celebrity crushes. Sorry to digress. But no, it's very much still trick or treating.
Who? I want to know.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Christy Turlington's husband. I can't think of his name.
Ed Burns.
Mr. Turlington.
Yes.
No, Ed Burns.
Ed Burns?
Yeah. All right.
Yes, Mr. Turlington.
Mr. Turlington.
I like him too.
All right, Paulette, we got to go. Thanks, and I'm glad
All right, have a good day, guys.
you and your daughter are fine.
Thank you.
All good. Thanks, guys.
See
Much
ya.
love.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
They arrested the suspect in the shooting up at the University of Utah.
Yes.
He was at the downtown library.
Oh.
And now,
Alert
how he
librarian.
got there, they don't know. How did he slip through all the cops and everything and get there? They don't know.
Wow.
But a librarian spotted him and recognized him and said, I think that's the guy. And so she called security in the library. They called the cops. He was in the bathroom on the 3rd floor. He said, okay, you got me, but I really got to go to the bathroom. Just let me finish, and then I'm yours. And he did. And then he put his hands behind his back and said, you got me. And then he said, I did it. And then as he was being led to the police car, he screamed out, I love you, Katie, his wife that he shot.
And she's already in custody.
Yeah, she's in custody. They're apparently both bad, evil doers. And he said, oh, by the way, I shot that guy. And I shot at a woman who was running away. Oh, and we were just in Colorado. And I shot a guy there, too. You ought to check that out. And so they alerted the Colorado authorities, and I'm just doing this by memory. I'm not reading
they knew
the
that
detail.
before. They didn't know that because he admitted to it. They knew before that he had killed somebody in Colorado.
Well, at any rate, that's what he said.
Yeah.
And they contacted Colorado authorities. They went to a trailer, and they found a guy dead who'd been there for several days.
They knew this before they caught him.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, so they got him.
So this guy's just a real...
Yeah. Apparently they found all kinds. They went up to his camp up in the mountains east of the U, found all kinds of ammunition and another weapon or two, and a rifle.
Yeah, he needs to go away.
Well, he will.
Yes.
And there's been a man found dead in West Jordan. They are investigating that as a homicide. Police said residents heard some commotion involving vehicles in the street at about 1:30 this morning. The cars drove off, went out to see what was going on. There was somebody dead in the street in West Jordan. Initially, police thought that might have been a victim of an auto pedestrian accident, but then they say there is a much more serious crime to investigate than just an auto pedestrian accident. So there's that. And let's see, something a little Lighter?
Yeah, please.
Just to end.
Before we...
There's a lot of death. And
I could tell you about the man who was living in a storage unit with his 2 kids and his dead wife.
No.
No? How about the nurse up at the University of Utah who got into that tussle with the Salt Lake City police officers? Alex Wubbles. She's the one who said, no, I won't draw this unconscious patient's blood. And the cop said, you have to. And she said, no, I don't. It's against protocol. And they handcuffed her and threatened to arrest her, or did arrest her and then let her go. Anyway, she's reached a settlement with Salt Lake City. $500,000. City says, look, we'll give you $500,000. Let's not take this to court. Let's just drop it now. And she said, okay. 500,000. All right, that's fine. I'll do that.
Good.
So I guess that's a good thing probably for all sides. All right, that's it.
Sports weather, traffic.
Everybody was trick-or-treating and simultaneously watching the World Series, or as I saw a lot of dads listening to the World Series while they were trick-or-treating. And so we go to a Game 7. So it's been an exciting series. That's
still a chance for LA to do
there
it.
There is. There's a.
It's in LA too.
Oh, even better.
At 6:20 tonight, and the Jazz are also playing tonight. Portland will be in town for that. That's sports brought to you by Get Unlimited, 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org. Nice weather today, 69 and sunshine. Crash southbound I-15 at milepost 326. This is in Kaysville, Davis County. The left lanes are closed there. Crash southbound I-15 at Main Street, North Salt Lake. HOV lane is closed. Crash westbound 39th South at State Street in Salt Lake. And looks like that's about it. That's traffic.
All right. We have a sponsor for Things That Must Go.
We do. 2 News has one job: prepare you for the day, protecting, empowering, and watch KUTV News this morning from 4:30 to 8:30 a.m.
Things that must go on the radio.
These are things that are bugging you, things that you just can't take anymore, and we don't promise that if you send them in to us and we read them on the air, they'll go from your life. We can't promise that. We can strongly suggest that it might help you feel better, and maybe these things will go from your life. Send your things that must go to radiofromhell@x96.com. Put must go in the subject line.
Maybe that's Dylan's next assignment. As he researched snow on Halloween for us, maybe he can research the success rate of things that must go once it's read on the air.
I think that's a good idea. We could probably do that. I'll start today. Just this one is from Please Don't Use My Name. My must goes. Neighbors who don't put candy out for trick-or-treating. You trick-or-treated as a kid.
Yeah.
You know you did, so pass it along.
Yeah.
Neighbors with tons of kids who all roam the neighborhood but don't put any candy out. Why should I feed your kids if you don't reciprocate? Speaking of irksome neighbors, the ones who blame me for their decision to bid adieu to Fido. When the dog gets out, I knock on their door and ask them to take him back. They blame me for being embarrassed.
What?
How about they just keep their dog from getting loose and harassing my daughters in my yard? Please be a responsible person owner. And number 4, please forgive the traffic must go, but construction, earth-moving trucks, and spewing rocks as they bounce down the freeway must go.
I hate that.
Apparently, there have been a lot of, I saw something in the news about it, as a matter of fact, a lot of gravel.
Broken windshields?
Windshields damaged from gravel, I guess, because there's so much construction going on in the valley.
I hate that when you're stuck and you can't get out from behind them, and they're
aren't
just
they
getting
supposed?
pelted with...
Aren't they supposed to cover them?
Yeah, it's against the law to have it insecure in any way, but it's still
secure
gonna.
your load.
And then this one, hello, here are my things that must go. The new ads on Facebook videos that start after 10 seconds or less when watching something. Oh, do they really?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen
they
that.
Start after?
They trick you. They start after you start watching the video.
Yep.
I haven't.
And they'll say things like, to see the rest of this video, wait till after the...
I haven't encountered that.
Oh, that's just evil. That's evil. It just makes me want to not watch the video at all after that. Me getting too crazy over Halloween weekend must go, and spraining not just one but both of my ankles. Walking in heels while drunk is how that happened, this person says. Also, me yelling at a woman Trump supporter who was talking about Trump like he was Jesus. After a few beers, I couldn't keep my mouth shut. Couldn't have been able to keep my mouth shut sober.
Yeah.
Also, me not being able to keep my mouth shut must go. Trunk or treats must go. It has ruined this holiday. Kids used to have to work for their candy. Fox News must go.
Yes.
They're turning into Trump brainwash network.
Well, we just refer to it as state TV now.
I love you guys. Radio from Hell must stay because I wouldn't be able to survive this Trump world without you. You are truly the only reason I am staying somewhat sane. Signed, Melissa Sue. Carrie.
All right, this one first from Brody. Dearest powerful lords of morning radio,
Wow.
I would like to call upon your service to help me in making my list of things bothering me go away. People bad-mouthing someone's Halloween and or cosplay costumes. Not everyone is talented in crafting things, and not everyone can afford a fancy costume. Let people enjoy dressing up and geeking out. Parents who are walking with their kids trick-or-treating but are on their phones or not watching their children run across the street with cars coming. Cars not driving slow and cautiously on Halloween. You know there is almost every kid in the city walking around right now. Pay attention.
Yes.
Now we get into some really disturbing things.
Okay.
Because I can't believe this. People who tell me that they don't like my beard. Cool.
Well, ma'am, your beard is just too much for you.
I'm sure glad that I am not growing it to impress or please you. Also, the females, when telling me they don't like my beard, getting offended when I tell them I love theirs.
Well.
See, I just can't imagine somebody saying, a stranger. I just can't imagine a stranger saying, I just don't
No, I mean, if it's your spouse or your
Sister.
girlfriend or saying...
Now it gets weirder. People randomly pulling on my beard. And then being shocked when I tell them that it hurts.
Can you feel that?
Would it hurt if I pulled your hair? Also, what are you doing in my personal space? Yeah. That's another one I can't imagine someone.
Now I want to see
stranger
his beard.
coming up. It must be
It's
magnificent.
got to be like a
Please send us a picture of your beard,
Yes.
madam or sir.
Brody.
Oh, Brody.
Also must go stubbing your toes. The time in which we all have to wait for the next Star Wars movie to come out. It's just December. Thanks for letting me listen to the past 20-something plus years. Geek Show says, hey, Bill, I don't drink, so please just give me a Coke.
Okay.
Gina, you never ruin the show.
Thank you.
Let's see. This one from Please Don't Use My Name, as I don't have the money to flee the country. My crush on Jay Whittaker must go.
Oh, we all have a crush on Jay.
Don't get me wrong, I love the guy. I'm a loyal Geek Show fan. I've been to his comedy shows. We've hung out at Comic-Con and other places. He's sweet. He's damn fine. And his voice does things to me. But since I haven't seen or talked to him in about 3 years outside of the occasional tweet, my crush on Jay feels kind of out of place. Yeah. I need to stop it to existing.
I understand that.
Social anxiety and awkwardness are both a hell of a thing. As always, thank you for letting me listen and vent. Geek Show says, hey, make mine a double. Has Richie shaved yet? Yes, he has.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a sign-off for you, Gina.
Okay.
Led Zeppelin was wrong. There's no stairway to heaven, and if there was, you certainly couldn't buy your way in.
Right. Kind of a long.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gina.
Lord's Lady and Lady in Waiting. Here are my post-surgery edition things that must go. Jerk-face, asshat people who see someone on crutches and do not hold the door open for them. And more importantly, don't make a comment on how bad, ooh, it looks like that hurts, and then hustle to the bathroom and fail to hold the door and take the large bathroom stall with the friggin' international sign for handicapped on it. Bathroom stalls don't accommodate a person with crutches. I need that handicapped stall. People taking stances and demeaning people taking the opposite stance with regard to the Gordon Hayward injury. So
yeah,
people saying karma.
Didn't I say that would happen?
Yeah.
When he broke his leg, I said people in Utah will go, huh.
It's happened a lot.
It's horrible.
You know, that poor. However you feel about him leaving the team, that's horrible. What happened to him?
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry that he's not playing for the Jazz, but I wish him nothing. Would wish him nothing but the best.
Sports builds character.
Yeah.
And speaking of sports, being judged by others for your favorite professional sports team. Hey, people, if we're going to go that route, I get to judge you for liking Nickelback. That's from Cupcake. And finally, these from Laura. I admit I clickbait on makeup, hair, and celebrities in rehab junk. As such, I've subjected myself to some of the following phrases that must go. Using the word slay, as in, watch Beyonce slay in her new bikini.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. That's everywhere now. Oh, I broke the internet, or that broke the internet, or you broke the internet. It's nonsense. Stop it. Let's see. Using the word snowflake as an insult must go. Snowflakes are neat, man. They're all sparkly and soft, and then they harden into shards of glass. Don't mess with snowflakes. Using millennials as a lump insult. Every generation has felt the generation following them is screwing everything up without fail. The fact that I'm an idiot and apparently read too many comment sections and the damn millennial snowflakes too frequently, I guess that means I should get off the internet for a bit. So what must go is me spending too much time on the internet.
Spoken like a millennial. They're all like that.
Love you all, Laura.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Friends of the program are sending in traffic. Thanks for doing it. Southbound I-15 is literally a parking lot.
Wow.
Ambulances are arriving on
Already?
the scene. Yeah, southbound I-15 coming into Farmington. The left lanes are closed. I-15 south by Legacy, it's backed up to 200 north.
Wow.
Other people are saying it starts in Kaysville. All lanes are blocked right before the Park Lane exit.
Jeez.
So bad traffic already this morning there.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Round one of your boner voting coming up, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo and our Halloween report coming up in a moment. Stand by.
X96 invites you to open your hearts to the children from the road home, the YWCA Utah, and the Volunteers of America Utah. Make their Christmas merrier by donating gifts to the Candy Cane Corner this holiday season. These children are in need of toys, clothing, shoes, coats, and more, and with your help, they can receive a Christmas. Stop by any Mountain America Credit Union or Xfinity store today and donate. Go to x96.com for a list of needed items and donation drop-off locations.
Gina's back. So anyway, so anyway,
Carrie walked in and he said, "You're walking like some of your."
You're walking like somebody who had their guts ripped out.
you're walking like your insides are all wrong.
You know, because she was doing this.
Yeah.
And I started to tell Carrie, and then I said, "Wait, I'll tell you on the radio." What you should never do is go on message boards about surgery or.
You should never go on message boards about anything. I don't care if it's the Incredible Hulk or surgery.
Well, you
just don't.
You know what you should do?
Yeah.
But you're curious, you want to hear what other people's experiences are and what their recovery is, and
what happened?
And well, before the surgery, I went on a message board and somebody was asking the question, well, what fills in the hole where they take out what they take out? And
there's a hole there.
Well, the response was.
Well, now
the response was
the uterus is what we're talking about.
Yes.
And Gina's uterus weighed 43 pounds, which is
amazing.
It was the size of a medicine ball.
It was prize winning.
I'm a size 2 now because but they remove it, and the way the person in the message board explained it is, well, it's pictured just having a big bowl of spaghetti and just taking a big scoop out of the bowl of spaghetti. It just kind of fills in where the hole is.
But that just takes a second.
Like spaghetti.
Kind of goopy.
You just watch the spaghetti fill in. It just takes a second.
Like biscotti.
So this is what I'm picturing my insides are like, a big bowl
Is
of
biscotti. Well, they're very much like that. Yeah. Surgeons train on spaghetti. Yeah, you didn't know that?
They do meatball
They
removal.
Delicious marinara sauce.
That's why there's so many fat doctors.
And then they all have lunch. Well, we've trained on the spaghetti. Let's eat it.
Yeah.
This is what I'm picturing when they're wheeling me into surgery.
And you know what they did with your uterus?
Lunch.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
There's lunch. Who brought the marinara?
And so also on the message board you look at what's recovery like for this.
Well, I'm sure it's different for everyone.
Exactly.
And
I'm sure it's speedy and efficient.
It's different for everyone, But the worst one will be
on the message
what
board.
Gina has.
Well, I mean, it can't be the worst because I'm back to work now.
There will be people. There have to be people on the message boards who say, "Oh, I was cleaning my house 3
The
days
next
later.
day, yeah, there's that.
Why I ran a marathon."
Right. And then there's it's been 3 months and I still feel like crap, and usually the truth is somewhere in between.
Can we use the term vaginal prolapse in any?
I don't know.
Is that do we need to use that term?
We shouldn't.
Somebody's posted it. I don't think we
That's
should.
the thing that happens to the women that have 15 babies.
Oh.
And the
Ooh.
and
That
the
doesn't
uterus climbs out on its own.
That ain't no damn good.
That's what that is.
That's where that needs to be fixed.
But it's nice to be back. I missed you guys.
Is on X96. Oh, and on Twitter. Follow us at Radio from Hell.
That's why I have never cared for the idea of birthday cake with candles on it, and you blow out the candles.
That you're just spitting all over it.
You just end up spitting no matter how hard you try. Even adults, you no matter how hard you try, you're spitting on that cake. Spitting on it.
No, I'm able to do that without spitting.
There's still some little bits. There's
particles.
There's got to be particles.
Well, I'm sure there's microscopic particles.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't care for it.
All right.
Anyway,
it is kind of a weird thing. Isn't it?
So how was your Halloween night?
Mine was.
Yeah, who wants to go first?
Well, as you saw earlier, maybe Dylan will put the picture up.
Yeah.
I went. I actually got into costume. I stayed home. I got into a costume that I just kind of did impromptu there with the matching. What was up there for like a nanosecond?
It'll come back. X96.com/live.
Takes him a second.
Matching glasses and axe.
There we go.
And I had the full-size candy bars, and I was ready for trick-or-treaters. And I predicted here on the air yesterday, day before yesterday, I said, I think I'll get about 5 trick-or-treaters.
Mm-hmm.
I was way wrong. Well, not way wrong. I got 3.
Wow.
And they were in the same group.
That's it?
Yeah.
One ding-dong trick-or-treat?
Yeah, and I hear...
One visit. Huh?
Yeah, one visit. I opened the door. There were 2 cute girls, probably about 16, and I'm not sure what their costumes were really. That one had a short dress on and and then there was a guy, a young, about 15, 16-year-old guy. And I opened the door and they went trick or treat, and I said hi, and they said, "Do you think we're too old to be trick or treating?"
They were worried.
They were worried,
Yeah.
and I said, "Yeah, probably, but I don't care. You're the only trick or treaters I've gotten, and here, full size candy bars." And they went, as you can see in the picture, I had a bowl, full size candy bars. Oh, thanks! And they each reached in and got one candy bar and said thank you and left, and I felt good and happy about that encounter. And then nobody else came.
So
0.
So I had fewer trick-or-treaters than previous years, but for me, fewer is 50.
It was probably because of all the snow.
I had
because you're a high traffic trick or treat area.
But I usually go through 3 big bags of candy, and I only went through 1 last night.
Really?
So toward the end, I'm handful out
And see, I should have done that from the beginning.
Why did you do that? You should, because it rewards people who are not Johnny on the spot, who don't come early.
Because I didn't need 3 bags of candy.
Just save it for next year. Save it for next year. That's what I would do.
So yeah, it was, and I actually wondered if it had something to do, because Bill and I are sort of in the same area.
Well, yeah,
I wondered
no,
if
not.
the
no, we're not. No, you live in the ritzy area. I live on the side of the ritzy area.
I'm siding with Bill on this one.
But we're close to the U, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if there was a little bit of residual, the shooting stuff maybe that kept people from.
I wonder.
It's the least amount I've ever had.
Well, I don't know, because I don't live anywhere near the U, and this was also me, the least amount of trick-or-treaters that we've had.
Well,
I only had 5 ding-dongs. I usually have at least 10, but I only had 5, and it was spread out. And again, I'm underwhelmed by the costume quality, except for Eric, the amateur atheist, came dressed as the Handmaid's Tale. He had the red and the white hat.
Oh, I like
so
that.
he was resplendent as the Handmaid's Tale, and I'm sure making people nervous.
Well, I gave Dylan a picture of my kids, Jonesy and Muhammad. If you go to x96.com/live, Jonesy, basic, just a mouse. She's getting to that age where she just not really caring about the costume a whole lot.
Now you bought that costume? You could have put her in a pair of fleece pajamas and made some ears.
No, I can't make ears.
Well,
I bought
made those.
She is wearing pajamas. No, I can't. I can't. I'm not your wife.
All right, okay. Thank God.
I bought her some mouse ears. We drew a note, and it's perfect. And of course, I bought Muhammad's sriracha costume because I wasn't going to make that.
Oh, you could have made that.
No.
Here's Ryan saying, we got no trick-or-treaters last night. In 13 years, I've gotten at least 10. But 3 blocks south, kids everywhere. It was weird.
Well, did I notice that you already had your Christmas stockings hanging there on the fireplace?
That's a Halloween decoration.
Oh.
That's a
here's
scary banner.
But then here's somebody who says, I gave out 150 full-size candy bars last night. I had so many more trick-or-treaters than normal. Almost ran out of candy.
Gina, there's nothing scary about a banner.
It's
a scary banner.
You can't read
does
it.
Does it say boo? Is that what it says? Boo?
It says potions, and then if you get closer, it has all the scary ingredients for a potion. It's scary.
I had more trick-or-treaters, like 80. One kid made a full-on metal Warhammer outfit. I should have given him the bowl. Yeah, see, and I got a bunch of comics from Dr. Volts to give out, and I now have a lot of comics. So Dave,
remotes.
Yeah, that's what Dave said. He said, give the leftovers to Jarvis and give them away at remotes. So there's a ton of them. Ed had
that's good of Dave.
Ed had twice as many as usual out in T-ville. He had about 75.
What about you, Rich?
Interesting.
Where did you?
East side? Is it East Side trick or treating then? Because it sounds to me like West Side, Taylorsville, West Valley increased. East Siders were staying in.
Probably. I'll bet there's always more trick or treating on the West Side.
Yeah, I would think so. And I think that the internet and trunk or treating is killing.
Stop! No more. Down with trunk or treating.
Yeah, trunk or treating. Because here's the deal. So
you're missing the chance to get a really nice trunk, though. I always take the trunk.
parents get enough candy for their kids at a trunk or treat, and then they can't feel like responsible adults to allow their kids to go out at night for the trick or treating.
It's a tradition.
I think you should just trick or treat at the mall.
It's tradition. It's fun. You should keep.
So apparently it was either feast or famine is what I'm getting. It was either I had low turnout or twice as many. Ed said he had twice as many. And,
I think on the east side, a lot of people were worried that it might snow. They're worried about the snow.
I'm always worried about that.
So what now? Where were you?
I had rehearsal last night.
Oh, so you weren't home.
No, but check that out. Someone at the theater came dressed as me.
As you?
Yeah.
Because
had a beard and a man bun and a T-shirt that has the at Richie T. Stedman.
Look, and there's
on the front of it.
And there's a restraining order as well.
Yes.
That adds to the authenticity.
Yeah.
No, that's like my nephew Declan. He came dressed he was Muhammad for Halloween, and by Muhammad I mean.
You mean?
No, by Muhammad I mean
he dressed as
my kid. He wanted to be a goalie,
and
he borrowed his costume with his name on it, and he was him for Halloween.
Oh, he didn't get the hair right or the Joker smile.
Yeah, well,
but Sue was just in the bedroom with the dogs on lockdown. Thunder shirt.
That's a good.
Sue wears a thunder shirt.
Yeah, it helps. And she was watching her favorite horror movie, The Orphanage.
Oh, jeez.
I always watch every year. Young Frankenstein.
You know what I watched a little bit of that I hadn't seen for a long time, and I couldn't stand watching it because it was on commercial TV. It was on the BBC America, but it was Silence of the Lambs, and so I would go back and forth to it, and it just went on and on forever because there were so many commercials. But I had forgotten, I hadn't seen it for so long, how great Anthony Hopkins is as Dr. Lecter. He is just, and I had forgotten this. You know, I'm watching scenes between him and Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster not very good.
Her accent comes and goes.
Compared to, and especially when she's doing scenes with him, and he's so focused and great. And she's not good.
That's why I was thrilled that Julianne Moore took her place in the next one.
Oh yeah,
much better performance.
Not bad.
Let's see. I left a bowl of candy on the porch while I took my kids out trick or treating. Came back to a full bowl. Wow.
Yeah, it just. This is the first time I've been home for Halloween in years. 3 in one group.
Somebody says we had 300 kids tonight.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many kids in my life.
Wow.
That was out in Harriman.
Yeah, so it's
either, feast or famine. You're right.
It's either a lot or.
Well, I'd say we cancel it on the east side.
Yeah.
No more Halloween on the east side.
Let's do that.
Yeah. I think Mayor Biskupski could get behind that, couldn't
No, more Halloween, not less Halloween. More Halloween.
All right.
Scary banners and all. Ooh.
What are you making fun of my scary banner?
Potions. Ooh.
It's a Halloween decoration.
Potions. It's not scary. Potions. Ooh.
Or your
they got potions in there.
Your house has actual rivers of blood running through it.
I had a 3-headed Cerberus dog on the front porch that moves and lights up and growls. And still nobody came to the house. Potions!
You wonder why? Oh, let me refresh this because we had issues southbound I-15 up in Davis County that you need to know about. Crash southbound I-15, milepost 330. This is Gentile in Davis County. We've got crash southbound I-15. This is a separate one in Kaysville. Left lanes are closed there. This is why there's issues there because we have 3 up in Davis County. Also a crash southbound I-15, Main Street, North Salt Lake. HOV lane closed there. That's traffic.
We've got Boners Round 1 coming up. Here are your candidates. I just want to make sure I got these in the right order. Yeah, I did. Boner candidate number 1, Junior Trump is pretty dim. Or the alternate title I was just thinking could be, Donnie, you really are out of your element.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 2, Young Schmunk is holding down the pool.
Oh, I saw that one.
Young Schmunk. And boner candidate number 3, all right, here we go with the inappropriate Halloween costumes.
Yep. See, I got a lot of kids close to or after 9 o'clock. I thought it was pretty universal that if your front or porch light was off,
yes,
you don't knock on the door.
That is the symbol.
I think you've got to have all lights out, otherwise
you turn the porch light, you blow out the candle in the pumpkin, and you turn the light off.
You see, Gina, with all the Halloween we've had, people still don't know that. Cancel the damn thing.
People still don't know to wear their seatbelt.
That's right. Click it or ticket, man. Click it or ticket. Now, unbuckled crashes are horrible.
You talk to any police officer that's come upon an accident where somebody hasn't been buckled, they will tell you.
Yeah.
It makes such a difference.
90% of the time.
Are they still teaching physics in high school?
Yeah.
Because it's basic physics.
Yeah.
You know, just because the car stopped, you keep going.
You keep going. So now look, through Thanksgiving and Christmas, the Utah Highway Patrol is going to be out really looking for this, and now it's a primary offense. If they see you driving down the interstate, driving around without your seatbelt on, they can pull you over and give you a ticket. Now, they'd rather not do that. It's a waste of their time in a way. They could be doing much more serious things than that, but they will. So buckle your seatbelt, make sure your kids are buckled in, and if you know somebody that doesn't buckle their seatbelt, don't ride with them. Say, I'm not going to ride in the car with you. Just remember, they'll ticket you. It's click it or ticket.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. We give you a 1-hour non-stop music wingding 3 times a day.
This is very unorthodox.
At 10 a.m., right after Radio from Hell, at 1 p.m. while you're listening in the workplace, and at 4:30 for your drive home.
So you saw this video a week or so ago about the guy strapped a GoPro to his dog to see what the dog did while he was at work.
I didn't see it.
It was disturbing because the dog didn't have a moment's rest. It was nervous and frightened.
In the house?
In the house. And
He's never coming back. He's never coming
It would hear noises outside and be on alert, you know? And it terrified me. Because I thought to myself about my dog, Ripley. I was just convinced because she can be a little high strung. And I was just convinced that.
I don't think she's big enough to strap a GoPro to. It'd be too heavy.
We did not do that. We did, however, a friend of ours gave us this drop cam.
What is it? What is that?
It's a live camera that we set up.
Like a nanny cam?
Like a nanny cam. In the living room.
Are you looking at her right now?
This is broadcasting live from my living room right now.
Now, does she just stay in your living room during the day, or can she roam around the house?
That's what we wanted to know. Her favorite spot seems to be, we've set up a little kind of a table next to the window, and she likes to sit there and look out the window. So we watched her for a day. She didn't leave that spot.
Well, she's fine then. Don't you feel better?
She's sleeping.
Yeah.
All the time.
Well, that's good.
She's a teenager.
Exactly.
She talking back to you?
I thought she'd at least be on guard or a little on alert.
Nah.
No. She barely moves.
A bomb can go off in the front yard.
And that's the other thing is that it has a motion sensor. So it'll alert me. Motion is detected, you know.
That never happens.
No.
She doesn't move.
She was a day. She was lying there.
Then she's perfectly comfortable. This should make you feel good.
Yes and no. She's kind of lazy. A little disappointed.
She's never going to amount to anything.
I think you ought to make her get a job.
Maybe. Require her to get
a little lazy dog.
Lazy dog. Maybe get her, a list of duties, chores.
Yeah.
You leave her list on the counter.
This has got to be done by the time I'm
get
home.
She can put a little paw print next to the one she's completed.
But yeah, that video of the dog that was freaking out, it was disturbing to watch. Made me very upset. I was
Somebody in the chat room says that most dogs are like that. That guy's dog is just a neurotic mess.
Really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure my cat, who is a jerk when we're at home.
Jerk cat.
Mr. Fluffy Pants. I was sitting there yesterday. I was talking to my wife, and he came up and bit me on the arm for no reason. I'm just sitting there like, ow, what are you doing? And it wasn't hard, but just kind of went and bit me on the arm. I'm certain that cat just sleeps all day. And then when we get home, goes crazy.
Well, it's because you're in its house.
Yeah.
When you get there.
Yeah. He just sleeps all day.
Do you think he's like a reincarnated dead person from somebody that hated you? And they're back to haunt you.
No.
No. You don't think so?
No. No, I
He's
don't.
biting you for no reason.
No,
Maybe it's
I
a
don't.
reason from a past life.
No, I don't.
No?
No.
I don't think that.
I think
he's a curse from God. God sent the cat to torment.
Officially.
No, he's just a rambunctious teenager who, when he bites me, I give him a little cuff up the side of the head, and he stops. I go, don't do that.
If you haven't seen that episode, what happens in that? It's for the Treehouse of Horror, so there are three separate stories.
Yeah.
But in that particular one, Homer ends up starting eating parts of his own body
because he's delicious.
Yes, he is delicious.
Yeah, he discovers that he is the most delicious thing, and finds ways to.
It's pretty disgusting.
It was really disturbing.
Yeah, it was funny. But
Yeah,
it was just really disgusting.
All right, 7:22. It's time for round one of your boner voting. Got 3 new stories here that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote who is the worst of these 3 candidates. Who of these 3 candidates deserves to move forward to boner fights and possibly become boner of the day? So the winner of this round goes on to battle the winner of round 2. Round 2 happens at 8:20. Be ready for that. 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the big boy news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a gift certificate to Gracie's.
How nice.
Isn't it?
Well, here's boner candidate number 1. You know, Junior Trump, that is Don Jr., is really just pretty dim.
Douche Jr.?
And his bizarre Halloween lesson was a spectacular backfire for Don Jr. He doesn't seem to know how Halloween works. The whole point of trick-or-treating, of course, is that children get candy free from neighbors.
They don't do a little light yard work and then they hand them
Well,
candy.
it used to be, and actually when I was a kid, they would neighbors would occasionally say, okay, but you have to do a trick, do something, you know, to get your candy. But, you know, it was fun. But in a tweet on Tuesday, the eldest son of Donald Trump indicated that he would take half of his daughter's Halloween candy and give it away to teach her a lesson about socialism. He wrote, and that I guess that's his daughter, sweet little girl, holding up her Halloween candy bucket, looking at the candy in it, and he tweeted, "I'm going to take half of Chloe's candy tonight and give it to some kid who sat at home. It's never early to teach her about socialism."
Some welfare queen kid who
So he thought he was being funny. The tweet quickly backfired on him with more than 30,000 comments.
Yeah.
Most of them comments like this. Oh, you mean the candy that she got for free out of the goodness of strangers' hearts? Or this one. Why don't you take 80% of her candy and give it to the top 1% of trick-or-treaters? You know, like your dad's tax plan. Or this. I think sharing with those less fortunate than you is a universal human value. Perhaps you should teach her that. Fill her bucket with old candy left by her great-grandfather and then explain why she has more because she's smarter than all the other kids. So there you go.
There was another good one that was promise to give her 10 pieces of candy, but only give her 2. Then she'll know what it's like to work for Trump.
Exactly. We had candy left over. My daughter asked to take it to school and share it with kids whose families don't have money for luxuries. I'm a socialist.
There you go. That's my
Dylan.
favorite one.
I responded to Dawn's tweet a little bit differently. I said she's dressed as a police officer.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Which I thought was good. It'll help, get Donald prepared for where he's going to move.
When he does the perp walk.
Yep. Yeah.
When they take him out of Trump Tower with a raincoat, he's holding a raincoat, a trench coat over his head, so people
can't see him.
Yeah.
Just getting him ready.
She was given the candy for free. You inherited all your money. You met with Russian spies. It's also. So there you go. He's an idiot. He thinks he's being funny, and he's just a dimwit.
He really is.
And as some other people were tweeting, let's leave kids out of this.
Yeah, I thought
You're
we were
using your
supposed
kid as a prop for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Here's boner candidate number 2. Young schmunk is holding down the pool.
Young schmunk.
Young schmunk.
I just had to use that. A rope probably would have sufficed, but young schmunk was up to the task. A Wisconsin woman thought it would be okay to have her 9-year-old son ride on the roof of her minivan in an attempt to hold down a plastic pool. And now she's facing up to 10 years in prison. Amber Schmunk. Ms. Schmunk, Amber Schmunk, was charged Tuesday with second-degree recklessly endangering safety for the September 9 incident. The Ozaukee County mom reportedly admitted to police that she was driving with her 9-year-old son on top of the roof, but only for a short time. Maybe 20 or 30 seconds, she said.
And he likes it up there.
A local resident spotted her and called 911. Ms. Schmunk told cops that she had picked the pool up from a nearby residence and couldn't fit it inside her minivan, and she had no way to strap it down, so she had her 9-year-old son climb on the roof and hold it down while she drove. Schmunk went on to tell officers she thought it would be okay for her to drive with her boy on the roof, because her father did that same thing with her when she was a kid.
And I turned out fine.
Boner candidate number 2, young schmunk is holding down the pool. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. All right, here we go with the inappropriate Halloween costumes.
All right. Let's see, boner candidate number 3 after this here big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Alpine Plastic Surgery, specializing in sculpting your body to achieve the goals you have above and beyond what diet and exercise provide. Visit alpineplasticsurgery.com and schedule a free consultation today.
Gina, I'm going to send you this obituary.
Thank you.
I don't have the time to really go into all the details of this story, but I know you'll like it.
Okay.
A woman named June Robles Burt has died.
Okay.
She is 87 years old, and I believe she died in, well, I don't know, when she was a little kid in Tucson, Arizona, in 1934. She became a nationwide sensation because she went missing when she was 6 years old. Little 6-year-old June Robles, the granddaughter of a prosperous cattle baron and real estate magnate. She vanished in broad daylight after leaving her Tucson school on a spring day in 1934, and it shattered the city. This cute little girl from a wealthy family, missing. Searched for her and searched for her and searched for her for, how many days was it? 6 days, something like that. And they found her in a box in the middle of a desert, in a pit, chained up, but alive.
Wow.
And so, of course, they launched a search for the kidnappers. Now, as I read through this, no ransom note was ever given, and they never found anybody. Ever.
Wow.
And that's it. Now, she then chose to just live her life in obscurity after that. Not
too much attention when she was little.
She said she just, and every once in a while somebody'd come and try to talk to her about it. She'd, nope, don't talk about it. And she went on to live just an okay life and got married and had kids and all of that. But it's just a fascinating story. I'll send it to you. This one, not so fascinating, really gruesome, and I know you'll love it. It's from Lenexa, Kansas. Police and court records say an investigation into a man found sleeping with his 2 children in a Kansas storage unit has led to the discovery of a body in a cooler, I believe, in that storage unit. 35-year-old Justin Ray is jailed on $1 million bond. Police in the Kansas City suburb of Lenexa say the remains were discovered when officers checked on 2 small children who had no food, no diapers. They were living in the storage unit with this guy, and then in the cooler were the remains of a woman, his wife, who he said killed herself after giving birth to their near newborn child.
So he had a newborn in there?
Apparently.
So then you call the police and say this horrible thing happened.
I don't know. He was.
No,
I
don't think she killed herself.
He was beside himself with grief. I think will be the defense.
Yeah.
All right. So you people have probably all heard by now that there was a terrorist attack in New York City last night. Sayfullo Saipov is the suspected. Well, he's the suspected terrorist. He is alive. He rented a truck from Home Depot, a flatbed truck from Home Depot in New Jersey, drove it into Manhattan, went to a busy area, an area he must have known, a busy bike path along the Hudson River, and drove down the bike path at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or thereabouts when kids were getting out of school and there were a lot of bicyclers, and mowed people down with the truck. He then crashed into a school bus with school children on it. Several children on the bus injured, none killed, although apparently one child's injuries are very serious. And then Mr. Saipov jumped out of the truck and started running. He was pursued. A police officer. He had 2 kind of toy or fake guns with him.
I heard
a pellet gun and a paintball
gun. Yeah. So I think he was hoping for suicide by cop.
Sure.
Sounds like he was hoping that someone would kill him. A cop did shoot him in the stomach, but he is alive and will probably recover. He had a letter in the truck, I believe it was a letter in the truck, which said, "I'm doing this because I believe in ISIS," and he was shouting Allah Akbar as he ran away as well. So just police at this point are saying they believe that it's just he's not part of an organized cell or not part of an organized group. He just has self-radicalized and identified himself with ISIS. How do you prevent against that?
I don't know.
I don't know as you can. Well, we had this story. Utah Medical Examiner's Office found some bones in a cellar in Spanish Fork. This was back in, I don't have the exact date here, but I remember we talked about, May. Back in May of this year, they found bones in a cellar of a Spanish Fork home, and they just determined that they were the bones of a missing woman. Dental office used, the medical examiner's office used dental records to identify the body as that of Peggy Sue Case, who had been missing since July of 1988.
Because the house was sold, I think.
Yeah, and somebody was going through them, and they found the remains. She was living in that house when she went missing. She had been living in that house with her boyfriend, a guy named Michael Kerfin, who disappeared. And they found him. And he has been extradited to Utah. His name is come on, computer. His name is Michael Kerfin, I believe, and I think he's been in jail, in prison
for something else.
Let's see, where has he been? I'm sorry, the computer. Illinois. He's been in Illinois. He's now 61 years old. He's been extradited to Utah. Police have used new evidence and information and discovered that, yes, they have enough evidence to charge him with the murder way back in 1988 of Peggy Sue Case. So, you think these cases, I'm sure he thought he was in the clear on that.
Yeah,
one.
I got away with it.
Yeah.
And he did for a while, I guess.
Let's see now. Oh, so the White House on Tuesday defended Chief of Staff John Kelly's statement about Robert E. Lee being an honorable man, and that the Civil War resulted from the failure of North and South to compromise. I don't know I'm going to get into debating the Civil War, but I do know many historians agree that a failure to compromise was a cause of the Civil War, said Sarah Huckabee Sanders in a press briefing. No. They don't say that.
No.
Asked if the compromise would have involved the issue of slavery, she offered only a vague response. Well, there are a lot of historians that think that. And there are a lot of different versions of those compromises, she said. I'm not going to get up here and relitigate the Civil War, like John Kelly did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
That's your job, to explain. When they say dumb things and we have questions, that's your job to explain them, Sarah.
There is a great opinion piece in the New York Times about how the Civil War was not a compromise and that slavery was not, and how John Kelly was absolutely wrong and racist.
Yes.
When he made those remarks about General Lee being a great person. Netflix has suspended production of House of Cards.
Oh,
they have.
Yeah.
Altogether.
Yeah. So they were working on what they had announced yesterday after Kevin Spacey, after Anthony Rapp said that Kevin Spacey laid down on him when he was just a 14-year-old kid, when Rapp was just
and
a
I've seen
14-year-old kid.
pictures of him at 14.
He's a tender young boy.
There was no mistaking how old.
No, he was a tender young boy.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Spacey, of course, then said, well, I don't remember doing that, but I apologize. If it happened, it was horrible, and I'm just mortified. Oh, and by the way, I'm gay. So Netflix had said, well, this was going to be the last season of House of Cards, and we're finishing out the season. Now they've said, no, we're suspending production. Now, that does not mean that they're not going to finish it, but they've said, we want to talk to the cast. We want to talk to everybody associated. We want to see how they feel about it, what we should do to proceed. I'm kind of thinking they won't do it.
No, I think
or they'll write him out somehow.
I think this is an action, so it looks like they're taking it seriously. There's too much money involved for them to just say we're not going to do it anymore.
I think Kevin Spacey's career has pretty well had it.
It could be that Spacey is done with the filming. It could be
his
they've finished his parts. It could be they've just
or they
got
could
the
write
rest
him out
to go.
somehow. Anyway, there's one other interesting aspect of this that I didn't really consider, and I don't know if I read this or it just popped into my mind. Everybody said, well, when he came out as gay, that it kind of diluted the apology, and it was as a distraction. But you know what? It also was a really bad slam to the gay community.
Meaning, well, this explains why this happened. Because I'm gay.
I'm a gay pedophile.
No.
Pedophilia is not. There can be gay pedophiles, but there are probably way more heterosexual pedophiles than gay pedophiles because there are just more heterosexuals. But I didn't think about that.
It's no
aspect
explanation.
It's not at all, and he's trying to say, he's almost trying to say, well, see, I'm a gay man, and
No,
Kevin
does not explain what happened at all.
And then quickly, just Kevin Spacey's brother. Did you know he had a brother? Said that their father was a Nazi and a child rapist.
What?
His brother's name is Randall Fowler. He is 62 years old, and he's a colorful Rod Stewart impersonator.
Now this is a joke.
No.
This
No,
is
I've
a
heard
joke
about this.
story.
I've heard of this guy before. I think we had a picture of him at x96.com/live. I think he's at the Hollywood Walk of Fame looking at his brother's star.
This is a joke story.
No, he said his father molested children, and so no, it's not.
This was a horrible newscast, Bill. A horrible.
He's a colorful Rod Stewart impersonator, doesn't that brighten it up a little?
Crash southbound I-15 at milepost 319. This is just south of Parish Lane in Davis County. The left lane is closed there. crash southbound I-15 Gentile in Davis County. Also, a crash southbound I-15 milepost 326 in Kaysville. So southbound I-15 going through Davis County is a mess. And I want to thank all the friends of the program that have been sending me in. Jamie says southbound I-15 backed up to Roy, all lanes. So keep me posted on that by texting us 33986. Brought to you by Get Unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback Credit Card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Here's boner candidate number 3. All right, here we go with the inappropriate Halloween costumes. You know, we probably could have done 6 boners with the inappropriate Halloween, but this is the one I saw and I thought was really terrible. From Carlisle, Pennsylvania, a photo of a Pennsylvania college student dressed as former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick with a gun pointed at his head.
Okay.
Yeah. So they thought this was funny.
No.
Joyce Bylander, Dickinson College Vice President, Dean of Student Life, addressed students on a Facebook post on Sunday after becoming aware of the photo. The photo shows a student dressed as former San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick, who is credited with starting the kneeling during the national anthem protest for racial equality. At the top right corner of the photo, someone appears to be holding a gun pointed at the costumed Kaepernick's head. It definitely does not belong on college campus. That everyone is equal and everyone should be treated as such, said freshman student Carter Vaughn. In a statement, the Chancellor Bylander said the costume and image were deeply offensive and reflexive of very poor judgment. Boner candidate number 3. All right, here we go with the inappropriate Halloween costumes.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Trump Jr. is pretty dim. Donald Trump Jr.'s bizarre Halloween lesson for his daughter backfires on Twitter when 30,000 people respond saying, you're a numbskull. Boner candidate number 2, young schmunk is holding down the pool. His mother arrested for letting her son, and their last name is Schmunk, letting her son ride on the roof of a car to hold down a plastic pool they were moving. She thought it'd be okay. And boner candidate number 3, here we go with the inappropriate Halloween costumes.
All right, so let's go. It's time to vote. This is round 1 of your boner voting. You've got to decide which of these 3 candidates is the worst. Which of these 3, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, it's got a 50-50 chance. It'll go up against the winner of round 2. Round 2 is at 8:20. All right? Okay, so you got to decide. Candidate 1, 2, or 3. Put that number of the candidate in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Easy. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Remember that phone number because right after we award the boner...
Hello, yeah, what?
...is going to happen. So 877-602-9696. Or go to x96.com, look for the box that says Round 1, November 1, and vote there. You don't see that box refresh. 300 seconds. Let's go. This is round 1. Boner.
The music starts at 10 with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Today, we find our elders tracting on the ice planet Hoth. Oh, man, it's cold out here. Why is it so cold?
It's an ice planet, Lehigh. What do you expect?
Oh, I'm sure glad my mom sent me these mittens.
And Zone Leader Hansen has sent us to some pretty dismal places before, but this has got to be the worst. I hope that this Wampa fella lets us in and offers us some piping hot postum.
You know, these tauntaun thingies smell funny, and they're just not very comfortable to ride. I wish our hyperbikes hadn't frozen up. Let's see, 3rd cave on the left, just past the 2nd snowdrift. Yep, this must be it. Hello? Hello, Mr. Wampa?
I don't suppose his first name is Willie, do you? See, Willie Wampa. What Hello, anybody home? Hey, pal, that's my ride home you're having for lunch.
You must be Mr. Wampa. Hi, I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is my companion, Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
Look out, Butch! Oh, man, he knocked you down. That's going to leave a mark. Excuse me, Mr. Wampa, all we want is just a couple minutes of your time. Oh!
Oh, man. Where am I? Oh, heck. Hey, Lehigh, wake up.
Oh.
Wake up.
Oh, what in the flip?
This is just great. Here we are, hanging upside down, stuck to the roof of a wampa cave, our feet frozen in what appears to be wampa spit, while my ride home gets eaten by Mr. Wampa out there.
Yuck, I don't think this wampa spit's ever going to come off my wingtips. Hey, there's somebody stuck to the ceiling behind you.
Huh? Hey, it's that farm boy from Tatooine. Hey, Luke! Luke, wake up!
Huh? Ben?
No, not Ben, it's me, Butch. I don't suppose you got a plan to get us out of here, do you?
If I could just reach for my lightsaber. There. Ah, so much for the element of surprise.
Hey, look, your dad, Darth Vader, cut off Lehigh's arm with one of those things. Cut him some slack.
Will Butch and Lehigh ever escape from Wampa Cave? Will Luke cut Lehigh's arm off just for the fun of it? Will our elders ever get the Wampa spit off of their wingtips? Tune in next time to hear Lehigh say... Oh, thanks, Luke. For a minute there, I figured we was Wampa Chow.
Luke.
Ben?
Luke.
Ben, is that you?
You will go to the Dagobah system.
Mr. Kenobi? Dagobah? I've never even heard of it.
It's a swamp planet. You're not missing much.
You must seek out Yoda and continue your training.
But I've already been to the MTC. Ben? Yoda? Dagobah?
Mr. Kenobi, are you sure? I mean, we've already been to Dagobah.
Hold on. I've got some problems here. Luke, you go to Dagobah and seek Yoda. Butch, Lehigh, you go thaw out your hyperbikes and continue tracting. I should have gotten Jedi call waiting.
On the next bone-chilling episode of Space Elders!
Time to award round one of your boner voting.
And round one of the boner voting is brought to you in part by some leftover soup.
And it's Wednesday. Join your friends tonight at Gracie's for dinner and a show with Eric Anthony from 6 to 8:30. Later on, play Breaking Bingo for $950 in a jackpot. Adults only at Gracie's.
We had boner candidate number one, Junior Trump is pretty dim, or Donnie, you're out of your element. Donald Trump Jr.'s, I guess, Halloween lesson for his young daughter going completely awry. What it is he thought he was being a funny conservative.
Yeah.
You know, but he wasn't. He was being an idiot. Then there was boner candidate number two. Young schmunk is holding down the pool. 9-year-old kid, his mother, Amber Schmunk, said, get up there on the roof of the car and hold down that plastic pool while we move it to the house. She thought it would be okay. And boner candidate number 3, all right, here we go with the unacceptable or unacceptable, I should say. I think I wrote unacceptable.
Well, that's unacceptable, Bill.
It is. I meant unacceptable. How could I have done that? Oh, no, I didn't. I wrote inappropriate. I just saw IN. Inappropriate Halloween costumes. The Colin Kaepernick with a gun to his head costume. Let's see. Wendy won a Gracie's gift card, and the winner was a nip and tuck between 1 and 2, and the winner ends up being boner candidate number 1. Junior Trump is pretty dim.
Yep. The responses to that tweet were all over the place on Twitter yesterday. It was hilarious watching it go in flames. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
That is the winner of round 1. That candidate now goes forward to boner fights. It has a 50-50 chance of becoming boner of the day now. It'll have to defeat the winner of round 2. Round 2 happens at 8:20. Boner fight at 9:25.
Now we're going to do a hello, yeah, what here.
Yeah, what?
And to a random person that participates in hello, yeah, what. And it's easy to do. A random person will get a 4-pack of tickets to see Disney on Ice. They're presenting Dream Big. They're skating into Vivint Smart Home Arena November 16th through the 19th. Enter a world where adventure is waiting with Disney favorites like Tinkerbell, Ariel, Rapunzel, Cinderella, Snow White, Tiana, Belle, Jasmine, Anna, Elsa, Olaf, and more live on the ice. Tickets for opening night are just $10. Go to x96.com for more details, or you can call us, 877-602-9696. Now, you don't just call for the tickets. You got to participate.
Yeah,
you got to bring something to the table.
This is Bring It. It's Hello, Yeah, What?
Hello, yeah, what?
This innovative radio feature that we invented and now people do all over the country, all over the world. It gave this, when we started this feature, it gave rise to what's now known today as talk radio.
Yeah.
All started right here.
It all started with us.
Thank us for that. Yeah.
We should have been getting money for that, but we're not.
Not.
So just call 877-602-9696. You can ask us anything you want. You can tell us what you want to tell us. You can take us to task. You can shake your finger at us. You can praise us. We anything. It's open to your calls.
Hello, yeah, what?
Talk about
your Halloween or whatever. Anything. Justin, hello. Oh, wait, Justin.
Hello, yeah, what?
There we go, Justin.
Justin, what's up with you?
Not much. Just taking my daughter to school.
All right. And why did you call?
A short time ago, I sent in a things that must go about driver's license being expired. The driver's license plates being expired.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that police need to crack down on that, but then you were saying that if they did, Gina would have been arrested a long time ago.
Yeah.
So she said there was a story about that she couldn't really get into.
Well, I think Gina's done this not just once but several times, right? Driving with expired plates is what he's talking about.
I can tell the story quickly.
Yeah.
This was clear back when we were at AeroPress Square. So that was three studios ago.
Okay.
And yeah, my plates were expired. They were not.
Did you know it?
Yeah, but
she didn't care.
You were a
like
scofflaw.
I said, this was 3 studios ago, so I was a lot younger and didn't know that was that big a deal.
Yeah.
And I'm driving to work. Now, the time we drive to work in the morning is like...
It's dark.
Yeah.
It's early.
And nothing is going on.
Oh.
Police officer pulls me over and says, you have expired plates. And I said, oh, that's right. I need to get that done. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm expecting him to hand me a ticket. And he said, I have to impound your car. I said, what? I'll do it today.
How far out were they?
It was probably 2 months.
well, there you go.
Yep.
Like I said, I was in my 20s. I didn't know it was that big of...
I didn't know I was breaking the law. Yes,
it's not.
It
I
is.
thought it was a minor paperwork error. I didn't think it was impound your car
If it's
error.
a few days, they probably just say, go get that done. But
And I said, oh, okay. And he said, right now. So this is 5 o'clock in the morning, downtown Salt Lake. nobody around. He wanted me to get out of the car, and he said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Well, I'm going to work." And he said, "Well, I'm impounding your car." And I said, "I have to walk to work from here? You're going to leave a woman alone in downtown Salt Lake?"
No, a
when it's
lawbreaker.
dark.
I'm leaving a lawbreaker alone with all of the other lawbreakers you see around you right now.
I said, "Can you give me a ride to work?" He said, "No."
Oh, man.
Sounds like a boner of the day to me.
Yeah, we did give her a
it
boner.
was.
We gave
No,
Jana
it-
a boner.
And he gave me a garbage bag, and he said, "Get all of your personal effects out of here." So I had to walk through downtown Salt Lake with a garbage bag of everything inside my car and walk to
he
work.
was doing you a favor because carrying the garbage bag, you just blended in. You looked like everybody else on the street at that time of the morning.
So that is my story. So you think we need to crack down on that more? Because that was pretty cracked down, I thought.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's the story.
Charge me double. Make it a financial pain. Don't make me walk by myself.
There's that whiny tone that all you lawbreakers have when you get caught.
Hello, yeah, what?
It's not hurting anybody.
Let's go to Zane now. Zane?
Hello, yeah, what?
Zane, what's up?
Thanks for letting me listen.
You're welcome.
So yesterday I called up Republican radio, and they're talking about Trumpism versus Republicans, and I told them I'd rather have a Republican versus Trump because at least they have morals, and they're like, "Well, what about flip-flopping?" I'm like, "Again, I'd rather have a flip-flopper than a piece of crap like Trump," and they flipped out on me, and all of them went nuts, and for an hour they're just going crazy on my phone call. I thought it was funny as heck.
Was it? It was Howard Stevenson and that bunch.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
They're still on board with him?
Oh yeah.
They love him.
How is
It's
he
sickening.
still
Listen,
your guy?
you know what's his name? Noel. What's his first name? From down in Kanab.
Oh, I can't remember.
Mike.
Mike Noel.
Mike Noel.
Yes.
Somebody sent me, and I couldn't quite track it down. I think Pat Bagley had it, but the link didn't work. He was in Washington, D.C., and there was somebody being interviewed by a CNN reporter, and Mike Noel happened to be walking by in Washington, D.C., and yelled, "Fake news!" at a CNN reporter.
It's an elected official.
Yeah,
Jesus.
he represents Utah.
How is that still
See,
your
they-
guy? I really don't get it.
It's sickening. Zane, don't do that anymore.
Yeah, don't call them.
Yeah, just
Besides, nobody heard the call because
Yeah, that's true.
Because their antenna for that's AM 630, I think.
The transmitter.
Yeah, they have to transmit. They take a wire from the studio from the transmitter and they weave it into a chain link fence that's kind of long.
It's absolutely true.
So that's the only
My
broad.
wife said don't call anymore either.
Yeah,
don't.
just ignore them.
Yeah.
Hello, yeah,
Thanks,
what?
Zane.
See ya.
All right, we'll continue this feature afterward.
Hello, yeah, what?
If you'd like, 877-602-9696. But I still could not get elected to school board.
No.
I could not.
No.
Yep.
Crash northbound I-15 at 142nd South. Got a stalled vehicle southbound I-15 just south of Main Street in Lehigh. The right lanes are closed there. Crash southbound I-15 just south of Parish Lane in Davis County. Left lane closed there. Crash southbound I-15 Gentile. This is in Davis County as well. So lots of troubles in Davis County this morning. Heard from a few friends of the program saying traffic is way backed up all the way into Roy, I think. So that's
All right.
traffic.
Thank you very much. All right, we will continue Hello, Yeah, What after these. Stand by. Remember the number 877-602-9696.
Dashboard Confessional, December 4th at the Complex. Doors open at 7.
Then I went upstairs to work and get up there about 3:30, and I just kept thinking all morning. I have no thoughts. There is nothing going through my mind. My noggin is empty.
You're not angry about anything?
No, but I'm sure you'll change that at some point here pretty quickly.
Well, you should be grateful for that.
I am. People don't know how grateful I am that if all else fails, Gina can get me going. Just
happy to help.
Yeah, and not in a.
I thought you'd be all upset about Prince Philip. I thought that would get you going today.
Who gives a rat's ass about Prince Philip? Not me.
I don't know, man. There was a press release.
It's about. Listen, I think if he needs to step back, that's fine.
I thought
seems a little early at 95.
It would give you a chance to talk about how he farts all the time.
I don't know.
He has more time to fart now that he's stepping back from something like that.
He can't step
Private
back
fart
because he
time.
farts so much. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about that. There's very little in the news right now that I care about.
Healthcare? You don't care about that?
I'm the
I'm
opposite.
pretty-
I care about a lot of it, but I don't want to talk about it
Well,
because it's just going to make me mad.
See, and I think what
if
it
you were
is
a
is-
woman, you'd be upset about healthcare.
I think what it is that I've become pretty numb.
Steve Hatch Family Chocolates. I saw him post on Facebook yesterday, and it's a picture of him standing there going, "Guess what? I'm a walking pre-existing condition."
Exactly. He has
he
dwarfism.
He said I obviously made poor choices in utero.
Yeah.
that made.
Yeah, I mean, but they don't give a good God.
There you go. There's
about
the man. There's the man.
They don't care.
There it is.
That smug.
There it is.
Son of a bitch, Paul Ryan.
There it is.
With his big ears sticking out. I'm going to the gym. I wear my hat backwards.
Oh, he gets to keep Obamacare, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh, sure.
They
Yeah.
get. They want it.
They
want it. They got a special dispensation in there. They get it.
Y'all
Y'all don't.
I don't think insurance should cover the pre-existing condition of meanness.
Giving you incomplete sports and traffic with Gina Barberi on X96.
All right. We got round 2 of your boner voting coming up. Stand by for that.
Hello, Yeah, What is brought to you by White Rabbit, Red Rabbit, a slyly humorous and audaciously pointed theater entertainment meets social experiment. No, we don't know what it is either. Even Bill Allred doesn't know what it is.
I'm in it on Saturday night, and I don't know what it is really.
It's running November 4th through the 2nd, so Bill's in it on Saturday, but it's different readers every performance. Visit utahpresents.org for tickets.
Yeah, so if you don't like me, don't let that keep you away.
Yeah, you can go see somebody else.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, yeah, what?
Is the name of the feature. Let's go to, this is Shiloh. Hello, Shiloh. I mean Shiloh.
Hello, yeah, what?
That's what I mean.
Hi.
Oh, I almost forgot you guys don't like the how's it going thing.
Well, that's okay.
That's all right.
But, so my inquiry was about, so I found you guys on YouTube one day.
Yes.
And as much as I love YouTube, and I love I love listening and watching your guys' show. Excuse me. Was wondering why is it you don't show or stream basically the same content through to YouTube that you do on your website?
Legal reasons.
Yes.
YouTube has different rules with what you can show. You can't show music. You can't show clips.
Anything
of-
copyrighted, pretty much you have to.
Here comes our director, Dylan
Isn't that right,
Allred.
Dylan? Just anything copyrighted?
Well, first off, what we stream to our website is from YouTube. It's just embedded from the X96 YouTube channel.
Yes.
But it did change a while back from a service that was very expensive to YouTube, which is free.
Right.
So the TV and YouTube has very strict rules about copyright. So all the video, TV show clips, songs, we can't go, or they just shut us down. They just take take us off the air.
Dylan is the workaround is playing old best ofs.
Right.
On the YouTube during commercials and breaks and things like that.
Yeah, I got to go through those boxes under your desk for some old bits.
Feel free. Feel free.
We're doing a lot of space elders right now.
My thought on that was it's either due to the copyright, or it's actually due to the copyright. Also, if you monetize, I believe. Do you know if you monetize the videos?
Yeah.
No, not really. It's not about monetizing the videos because Broadway media is not is for money. So we monetize Radio from Hell show.
Yeah.
But you can see all that at x96.com/live. Thank you, Shiloh. All right. And we continue this riveting feature.
Hello, yeah, what?
Is it riveting?
Call in next time and we'll discuss at length copyright law.
Let's see, Trevor.
Hello, yeah, what?
All right, so now Halloween's over. We can look back at all of our Saturday.
Trevor, can't understand you.
Trevor, you sound like you're underwater.
Yeah, pull your face away from your phone just a little bit. It'll make a difference.
Okay.
All right, so now Halloween's over. Can you hear me better?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay, so now Halloween's over. We can look at our mistakes we've made in the past. So I was wondering your guys' mistakes on your costumes, the worst costume you've ever done, and or the best costume. And caveat here with Carrie, if you've ever done cosplay, that's okay and permissible here too.
Define cosplay. Is that attending a convention in a costume?
No, a cosplay is actually dressing up for a convention.
Only once. When I was in high school, I was just a kid. I've told this story on other formats, but it was we were so excited because it was the first science fiction convention. It was going to be at the Provo Holiday Inn. And we were very excited. I was very excited because Sheba from Battlestar Galactica was going to be a guest,
and you'd probably never been to the Holiday Inn.
And there's that. Anne Lockhart. Oh, I just had a huge crush on her. Right?
She was.
She was a hot.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, there's a costume contest. I need to do a costume contest. So I had my Chewbacca mask. I had that, and I went, I will do a bathrobe.
Okay.
And I'll get hairy hands.
Okay.
And I'll get a sword, and I'll be Samurai Wookiee. I'll tie a headband around the.
Okay.
I'll be Samurai Wookiee. And I got to the costume contest, and the judge said, one of the women judges said, I would have given you a prize for originality and fun, but you didn't do furry feet. You're just wearing sneakers. You didn't go that far.
All the way.
So that was my first and last time ever cosplaying.
I think my worst costume ever was my mother made me do this. I think I've mentioned this before. I had like a hoodie or a sweatshirt or something, and she stuffed a bunch of clothes up into the corner of it so it looked like I had a hunchback.
Yeah.
And then I had to wear a sign around my neck that said, "Hunchback from Necking Dames."
Oh.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa. Yeah. That was my mother's idea. That would be a great costume. I quickly learned that it was not a great costume.
Well, my favorite costume ever, and it's because I was a huge fan of the Gong Show. I got a brown garbage bag and I cut eye holes in a mouth, and I was the unknown comic. Which
oh wow!
All right,
I
that's
love
pretty
that
bad.
costume.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Trevor.
I mean, that was a great costume.
Yes.
Thanks, Trevor.
Thanks, Trevor.
All right, let's. I think we're gonna run out of time, but Daniela, play our
Hello, yeah, what?
game.
Hey, good morning. It's Daniela, the night nurse.
Yes. Yes.
So, going along with those Halloween costume mistakes, I made one last night. So I have 3 young kids. They're almost 2, 4, and 7. And they, of course, want mom and dad to dress up. So I tried to dress up as Beetlejuice, and I have, like, light blonde, white hair. Went to the store after, like, 5 shifts of, like, working nights, and I was super tired. And the cap is green, the bottle looks green. I was like, sweet, this is going to be great. I'll have green hair. It's going to look fantastic, whatever. So we start getting dressed, and I'm spraying this stuff on, and the color isn't coming out. And so I just keep putting more and more on. And finally I give up because I'm like, this just isn't working, and I'll just go like this, whatever. So we go trick-or-treating. It's super fun. And my husband and I, we lay down to go to sleep, and he just starts laughing hysterically. And I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, your hair is glowing. I was like, what do you mean it's glowing? It was glow-in-the-dark hairspray instead of green hairspray. So needless to say, I look like a freaking human glow stick.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So, you know.
Yeah, all right.
All
Thanks,
right.
Danielle.
Thanks, Daniela. That's all the time we have. Jeffers, I'm sorry, we ran out of time for you. Sorry. Give an I'm sorry, Richie, if you don't mind.
We do have round 2 of the boner voting coming up, and traffic. I'll give you the candidates right now real quick. Boner candidate number 1, Chuck E. Cheese, where kids can be kids. Number 2, he was helping with Fire Safety Week. And number 3, I thought the judge wouldn't mind.
All right.
Traffic. Good morning, Gina. Most of your traffic is for I-15 southbound, but Highway 89 southbound is just as backed up in Roy and Kaysville area.
bad.
So if you're up in Davis,
Well,
Weber County, you're
people
having
have gone up to Highway 89 because of the mess on I-15. And
There's also crash eastbound 78 South, 1800 West in West Jordan. Crash eastbound Timpanogos Highway, 48th West in Highland. Crash northbound I-15, 142nd South. So lots of it, and all the way through Kaysville, Clearfield, back all the way up into Roy, southbound I-15. I think everybody was up too late last night with Halloween, and we're having traffic issues
All
this
right.
morning. Brought to you by Haster Games. They have the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it, 6831 South State, online at hastergames.com.
All right. Boners, round 2 coming up after these. Stand by for that.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. We give you a 1-hour non-stop music wingding 3 times a day.
That's how desperate I am.
At 10 a.m.
We got the rest of the potato chips.
All right, now we've tried the, so we started with the cappuccino flavored Lay's potato chips.
Which didn't knock us out, but we didn't hate, except for Gina. She
I
hated
hated
them.
them.
Now,
The wasabi.
Now, they've had 4 new flavors, and people want to call them both. Wasabi. Bill tried the wasabi as well, Bill Frost.
Yep, not hot. Good, not hot.
Yeah.
They're not hot.
Now,
tasty.
But they're flavorful.
Now, I've got the bag of cheddar, bacon, mac and cheese here. And Gina said of the wasabi, "Oh, you got your winner right here." My guess is she won't even try the bacon mac and cheese.
Yeah, I'm sure there's not actual cheese in it.
I don't
No,
care.
there is. There is. I read the ingredients. There's like cheese powder or something. This is your winner. She won't even try them. No.
I thought you didn't like cheese not because of the flavor, but because it's cheese. And this is
It's a principle. No, I'm not gonna.
and this is far enough
You're gonna love it.
removed
You're gonna love it.
from cheese
do it.
that
She has standards and principles.
I have totally arbitrary rules.
That's exactly. I think that's your winner.
Now there's one more there. What's
Yeah.
that one?
Mango salsa.
Which
Those are-
somebody in the chat room said tasted like potpourri.
Right.
this isn't bad.
Yeah.
Maybe it actually is potpourri.
Although if you eat a few of those, the bacon mac and cheese, they get kind of too salty.
They're not bad.
And here's the wavy mango salsa.
Wavy mango salsa.
Wavy because
I like the idea of mango
Yeah.
salsa.
No?
No good.
Potpourri? Too sweet?
yeah,
Let's see.
too artificial.
Am I right then, without even tasting the bacon mac and cheese, that the wasabi is the best?
No, the bacon mac and cheese is better.
Well, I think your winner is the bacon mac and cheese, because mainstream America will love that flavor.
Let me see the wasabi again.
No.
Yeah,
You
potpourri.
have those.
I bought them. What do you
Potpourri.
mean no?
Yeah, mango salsa is a hard sell.
Yeah, that's no good. I don't like it.
You can put it on the back of your toilet tank.
Why would you?
Yeah. Out of all of them, I would say the wasabi is the best flavor, but the winner is the bacon mac and cheese. America will vote for that one.
Oh, yeah.
By the
Mango
way-
salsa's weird.
Yeah. By the way, you notice I'm sharing all of my chips. Girl who wouldn't give me a cookie last week.
4 cookies made for me with my name on them. A gift.
Yeah.
Was it
Yes.
4 cookies that
Yes.
spelled out Gina?
No, but my name was written on the box.
Yeah. I know.
It's different than you buying 4 bags of chips.
It's
not the same thing at all.
I know. It would have been
You
a
could
gift.
replace these chips at any moment
It would have
several
been
times
It
over.
would have been a gift from your heart, which you were unwilling to make to someone who argued for equal wages for you.
You can't drag that out.
Yeah, why not?
It was proposed.
I can't even finish this one mango
They're
salsa.
terrible.
Yeah, they're not good.
Actually, I like the wasabi okay. I like the bacon mac and cheese best.
I had high hopes for the mango salsa one. If it actually tasted like mango salsa.
Too much mango, not enough salsa. That's the problem.
In a
You
couple
got
of
your percentages off.
In a couple of seconds, I'm going to try one of those dog biscuits. That you
They're
put
very
out
good.
For Ripley.
They're peanut butter.
Bill, and of course, Gina on X96.
You're right. He does kind of there just now. And of course,
It's subtle.
Gina. It's very subtle. I mean, he's a dick.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes me.
I don't think he likes any of us.
Any of us.
But he really doesn't like me in that.
Oh, but that one, yeah.
Well, he's just a dick.
He's a dick. All right, let's see. It's 8:20. Time for round 2 of your boner voting. I'm going to give you 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. Boner means mistake. You need to decide which of these 3 is the worst. Which of these 3 candidates deserves to go forward to boner fights and possibly become boner of the day? If it wins here, it's got a 50-50 chance. Goes up against the winner of round 1. Boner fight happens at 9:25, but let's get our round 2 winner right now. 2 candidates now, then a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive...
You're going to get a boner T-shirt. Look at that. Brought to you by Excel Automotive Repair. Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
Here's boner candidate number 1. Chuck E. Cheese, where kids can be kids. Not their slogan. It's been one of their slogans.
Where a kid can be a kid.
Where a kid can be a kid, or where kids can be kids. Authorities say that a woman pepper sprayed a bunch of people at Chuck E. Cheese in Louisiana.
Were they stealing tokens?
The Times-Picayune reports. No, they were trying to leave.
Let me out of here. Pepper spray my way out of this place.
A deputy working a security detail in front of the Matreri Chuck E. Cheese restaurant on Sunday. When somebody notified him about an argument that was getting out of hand, the deputy spotted a woman indiscriminately spraying pepper spray around.
Did she think it was Febreze?
No, she was in an argument, and probably it was over tokens. 5 adults and 2 children were treated for exposure.
It's always
to
fights.
Pepper spray.
It's always fights over tokens at Chuck E. Cheese.
That's right. Boner candidate
You're hogging
number.
the skee ball.
Oh,
no, you're not hogging the skee
No
ball.
one.
No one hogs the skee ball.
No one's fighting
Boner
to get to the skee ball.
No. Boner can. I'm telling you, they're all fighting to get out.
Yes.
Boner candidate number 1, Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid, or kids can be kids, or whatever their damn slogan is. Boner candidate number 2, he was helping with Fire Safety Week. Members of the Kenosha Fire Department were really at the right place at the right time. Firefighters pride themselves on fast response time. It's hard to beat what happened at Stalker Elementary School on Tuesday morning, yesterday. Excuse me. For us, it's really about 6 to 8 weeks. We go to these elementary schools. We train them in fire safety.
Mm-hmm.
We got about 38 elementary schools, said the chief of the fire department, Theanita Cox. This time of year, the assistant division chief leads classroom training for hundreds of elementary students. Early Tuesday morning, members of the Kenosha Fire Department had just sat down with their first group of students from Stalker Elementary when all of a sudden the fire alarms started going off in the school. It was not a drill. A young student was playing with matches in the bathroom and set the bathroom on fire. Mr. Cox, or Ms. Cox, rather, it's a female fire chief, said the bathroom dispenser started to burn, spreading to the toilet paper, and in the process injuring the child, not seriously, but the response time is supposed to be less than 4. The closest fire department is only 1.5 miles away, but for this call, firefighters were already there in the school when this kid started a fire in the bathroom.
Good.
Yes, he was helping with Fire Safety Week. He's also boner candidate number 2. Boner candidate number 3 coming up in a moment. I thought the judge wouldn't mind.
All right, big boy news and opinioendo now. Then we'll get to boner candidate number 3. News brought to you by
Bad Apple, the only place to offer low-price premium phone screens with a lifetime warranty. Now with 10 locations, go to badapplerepair.com.
All right, all you idiots out there, no, there was not more than one gunman in the Las Vegas shooting. And no, people are not murdering people who were there who know about it.
Is that the conspiracy thing that's going around?
And some people have they're bumping people off who know that there was more than one shooter there.
And they have crisis actors that are pretending to be people.
I remember that one.
There was that. But there's also, and there are videos. See, look, this video proves there was more than one shooter. Look, you see there's a guy in the crowd with a gun. Look, we'll slow it down. You can see the gun come up. You can see him take aim and fire.
No.
No, you can't see that. No.
And there were 5 100 people shot.
Yeah.
This hasn't even been a month.
Yeah.
And somehow it's just sort of faded.
Gone away. Well, I mean, we got a dumpster fire as our president. So.
This for you, Gina. So something for you to sleep soundly about.
Good, I need that.
A 36-year-old man renting a $30 a night room in Melbourne, Australia. It was an Airbnb. He was murdered by his 3 Airbnb hosts. One of the hosts allegedly. I don't want to tell you that. That's terrible.
What?
No.
Now I want to know what that is.
Okay. One of the hosts allegedly raped the man with an object.
Okay, maybe I didn't.
No, you didn't. But why don't you trust me?
Well, you could have still said no. You really don't want to know. I thought you were going to say he was a Rod Stewart impersonator. Then I want to know that.
No, he was not. He was not. He was a Michael Hutchins impersonator.
Okay.
It says it right. No, his name was Ramus Januzzi. He worked as a bricklayer. He'd been staying in this house, Airbnb, in Australia for less than a week, murdered by the 3 hosts.
Wow.
And apparently, they were charged with murder. Reviews for the unit on Airbnb were mixed, according to a review of the house's listing.
I'm surprised they were that good.
There are better ways and places to spend a night. Buy a $50 hammer and smash your hand with it and go to the emergency hospital. One person who had stayed there before said.
That's harsh.
Yeah. So read the reviews, okay? Apparently this guy didn't read the reviews. Now, we've talked about the terrorist attack in New York City yesterday afternoon. 8 people were killed when a man drove a truck into the bicycle path in Lower Manhattan. Some of the victims were friends who were on vacation. A trip to New York for more than a year had been planned with a group of Argentine friends, and there were also some Belgians, I believe, involved who were victims as well. But particularly it was like 5 buddies who had been planning this trip to New York for a long time. They'd all studied together at the same college in Argentina. Their time at the college with its demanding curriculum, they had a strong bond, and they were just ready to, they'd graduated and they were really ready to have a good time. So they come to New York and get run down by this crazed guy. They're saying that he, as far as they can tell, he has no direct ties to any organized group. He was self-radicalized. He said, I identify with ISIS, and he left a letter in the car about that, and that's what he did.
That's where they learn about driving through crowds with cars.
Man. The security guard who arrested the suspect up at the University of Utah, the shooting suspect, it was a security guard at the downtown Salt Lake Library. 24-year-old Austin Boutain is accused of shooting and killing University of Utah student Chenwei Guo in what University of Utah police call carjacking gone wrong. By the way, this Chinese student was a member of the LDS Church. He had grown up in Beijing, but had become a Mormon and was a Mormon missionary. And had come to the United States to study. His parents, of course, was still in China. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, said U of U Police Chief Dale Brophy. Now, apparently, this guy Boutain shot at a woman who was there, like on the right by where the car was, and she was running away. She saw the shooting, heard the shots, and saw the shooting, and she was running away. And he fired 2 shots at her and missed. So. Boutain was first spotted by a librarian on the 3rd floor of the downtown library. After walking past the librarian to the bathroom, she made a radio call to security guards. The security guards, one of the security guards, Johan Gonzalez Rubio, arrived first at the bathroom. He said, "Okay, yeah, let's go," and that's where we went, and we were prepared for anything. The suspect looked at me. We went to the bathroom where the suspect looked at me and said, "Hey, man, you got me. I'm going to use the restroom real fast." And then he did, and then they collared him, and that's pretty cool. And then this Boutain guy, she was nowhere in the area, but he yelled, "I love you, Katie."
Yeah, she's in jail.
Yeah, she's in jail, and they are now She had apparently said, "Oh, by the way, we murdered some guy in Colorado
You should go
too."
check out this guy.
And they found a body in a trailer in Colorado. The mother of a murdered daughter and grandson spoke to the public yesterday afternoon, standing alongside Orem police investigators. "Emily and Gabriel were in our lives for too short a time," said Brenda Marsh, who is Emily Almiron's mother. "We feel deep anguish for their loss, but this anguish will never surpass the incredible joy we have that they were ours." Over the weekend, Almiron's boyfriend, 28-year-old Christopher Paulson, was arrested in Hawaii. He is expected to be extradited back to Utah. They suspect that he killed them.
And he ran off.
But they caught him. He's apparently saying he had no knowledge and had nothing to do with it.
Well, but apparently he staged it to look like they broke up and moved away. So he...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the stories Gina follows in great detail. Now let's see. How much time do we have here?
You're good.
Paul Manafort.
5 minutes.
Who was indicted along with one of his aides day before yesterday, lived the high life, raking in tens of millions of dollars by secretly working with the Ukrainian government. He blew more than $12 million